So I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed so many people just running around Stormwind recently, a lot of low-level players particularly. It really does seem like this XP event has totally just revitalised and revived the game, especially the low-level content. I see so many people on the group finder now, or the LFG bulletin board, making groups for Scarlet Monastery, Blackrock Depths, etc. So this is obviously an insanely good feature for World of Warcraft, and it made me wonder, why on earth doesn't Blizzard do this more often? By the way guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. All subs now get access to my subscriber only video to get 70,000 XP on the Wrath of the Lich King launch in a matter of a few seconds. It's such an easy thing to do guys, so subscribe to the channel, go to my subscriber only trailer and check it out. I made a video a while ago titled something on the lines of how can Blizzard bring people back to TBC Classic, and I did suggest in that video for Blizzard to do bonus XP weekends, so they definitely work. So why not have this Joyous Journeys XP buff every weekend, or have it once a month for an entire week? When people are raid logging, they have absolutely nothing to do outside of a raid. There really isn't anything more to do, there's no more content. You progress in a raid, and if you can't raid, then you can't progress. Okay, not everyone likes PvP, I know there's other things to do, but not everyone likes PvP. It's not like retail how, you know, when you're not raiding, you can go and do a Mythic Plus dungeon. You can go do raids on multiple difficulties, and even when you've already killed the raid boss and you're saved to that raid boss, you can go do it again for an extra chance of getting loot when you re-roll your coin. My point is, there's a lot to do in retail World of Warcraft other than your raid night with the guild. But in Classic, until Trial of the Grand Crusader, there's only one difficulty mode. And it looks like Blizzard are actually, for some reason, making Nax 10 and 25 share the same lockout. So we have even less raid content, and it's going to be more like Cataclysm raiding. Players very simply need some content to do outside of raid logging, but leveling takes too long. People in this day and age definitely need the XP boost as an incentive to start leveling. It's going to give raid loggers something to do, unless they truly have no life and have absolutely every single character at level 70. And obviously, it keeps the old world alive, especially as there is now no boosting or no dungeon finder plan for Wrath of the Lich King. People won't be able to cheese their way to max level with gold or by spamming dungeons. They'll actually have to go out into the World of Warcraft and explore the iconic scenery and questlines that the game has to offer. The game will actually be more of an MMO, and this is very healthy for the game. I know people are cringing at the idea of being social in World of Warcraft. Look, I'm not saying that when you find some help for a group quest and you join a party and you talk to this person, that you have to make friends with this person or you have to have like a lifelong relationship. It's just the little tiny social interactions that happen from time to time in the game that make World of Warcraft an MMO and not a single player RPG game. And seeing that person later, again, on your server, in the open world, a slightly higher level or lower level or better gear, that's the charm of an MMO. The Dungeon Finder doesn't really capture that because you just queue to random people who you never see again. Group questing and low-level open-world PvP is probably the most fun you can have in this game next to raiding and competitive PvP. This is the thing I don't like about streaming, is that I can no longer enjoy open-world PvP anymore because I'm just always going to get stream sniped and ganked. Or else I just never stream myself leveling. It's why I didn't tell people what server I was leveling on when I leveled it in Season of Mastery, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because nobody knew what server I was on. Now in my humble opinion, I definitely think leveling in Classic WoW is severely outdated. I definitely think it's a better experience. It captivates that sense of adventure and journey like you're in some kind of Lord of the Rings film better than it does on retail, but the simple fact is, it's way too long. It is way too long, especially as you've leveled like over 10 times in the original vanilla world. Some of us can put up with it, but by a large part many people do moan about the leveling being too slow. I think once you've done it multiple times, the replayability is very diminished. The leveling revamp obviously comes in Cataclysm. It doesn't really make sense to do a big revamp in Classic WoW, but what does make sense is to implement little changes by either speeding up the leveling, making it slightly faster flatline, and obviously, like I've said, repeating the Joyous Journey XP boost, because the pace that the 50% boost provides just feels so much better than it does without. And I reckon it would feel so much better with heirlooms. So this is why I think the Joyous Journeys should become more of a regular thing, because when it's paired with heirlooms, it's going to be great. They could take it a little further and add dungeon daily quests while the event is active to encourage group content even more. The only potential problem with that is when the XP event isn't active, then people probably won't level as much, and the open world will be quieter when the XP event isn't active. But let's be honest, the open world before the XP event, I mean, was it particularly thriving with players anyway? It wasn't really. I mean, I'm slightly biased because on my server, leveling has always been pretty active, but on many servers it's not, because, you know, even on your bigger servers, you've got your really big servers, because the economy is so inflated and crazy on those servers, people just do GDKPs, pay for gold for boosts, and yeah, the open world was even pretty dead on big servers. Obviously now, nobody can do any of that, boosting is totally dead. Honestly, I think even if they didn't implement the Joyous Journey as XP buff, because they nerfed boosting, the open world would be more alive anyway. And I think it will be even when the XP event isn't active. So, to conclude, this XP event, very good for the game. Why not do it more? Anyway, my name is MetaGoblin. To my next video, ciao.